Okay, sorry guys. So we were having some technical difficulties with going live to Facebook. So we're recording it for you guys today. Our tower talk with me and Amanda. So yeah, both me and Amanda, we actually went to the Peachtree Boot Camp in Georgia, and there was a tower. I don't even know his name. Amanda, what was his name?
Brett Bowden, I think.
Brett Bowden.
Bolin.
What
There
was
we
his
go.
title? I should know these things.
Mm.
It's okay.
I
Anyway,
don't know.
he's a big deal and with Tower
I
Garden.
don't write down titles. I only write down their name.
I know we write down their info, but they did a talk with Tower Garden and it was phenomenal. You guys, the things that we learned at boot camp, I have like a whole list of talks that I want to tell. I want to like share all of this info with all of you guys. But today we're going to talk about Tower Gardens because it's coming spring. Spring is almost here and Tower Gardens are going to be a big deal. I actually just got a Tower Garden lead order, which is $200. And I didn't even know the person. So it's kind of nice. So make sure you're PB qualified. Make sure you're qualified. That's a big deal. You want to get those leads. Anyway, all right. So I'll just jump right in here. I have like a couple things I wanted to share in my notes. But technology isn't working. There it is. Okay. So a couple things that they are coming out with too. And I'm going to go to the hub too once we talk about it. I'll show you guys where it is on the hub. I think they've updated it, but they are changing things. I don't know if you guys have ever experienced this, or maybe Amanda, like I have have you ever sold a Tower Garden and then, months or years down the road, you kind of lose that, or not lose it, but like they lose interest. And it's really because, and same as Juice Plus, right? Like we talk about this with Juice Plus, like how we need to keep our customers engaged and, make them feel supported and keep them educated and learning, right? Because if we're not always sharing information with them or making them feel like they're in a community, really it's all about education, right? If they just start taking a pill or taking Juice Plus and they don't really know what it's doing in their body, they don't know anything about it, like eventually they just might say, oh, this is a pain in the butt, I'm going to stop taking it. Why am I doing that? Same with Tower Garden, right? Like maybe they don't feel like they know what they're doing. Maybe they had a bad experience. They had a bug issue. I just had that recently and had to start all over, right? So like, anyway, the company knows this and they are giving us tools to help keep our customers engaged, right? So like I've had that happen to me before where they're just like, I don't want the tower anymore. Can I sell it? Can I give it back or whatever? Like someone was trying to give their tower to Amanda the other day from underneath. But so they're coming up with these great incentives to help us. It's a program that's going to help us with customer retention, so they can feel like they're in a community. They're creating all of these new resources. They're calling it the coolest garden club in the world, right, Amanda?
Yes.
So it's a new customer loyalty program, and that's coming out. And I don't think it's out just yet, but that's what's coming. We got like first dibs on hearing about it. And they also talked about the savings, right? The investment in a Tower Garden. Like a lot of people will get turned off because, when they find out like how much it costs, it's $1,000. It's around $1,000, give or take. And like if you get the basic unit, I think it's like $850 to $900, somewhere around that. And then with the add-ons, because typically if they're growing indoors, they need the lights, things like that. It ends up being around $1,000. It's like the cost of this new iPhone I got the other day. But and I know we all struggle with sales, right? So, but the cost savings, and this is where it comes in, like they don't know what they don't know. And if we don't know, how can we help them, right? So I love that they went over this too. Like, so the savings in your first year is $2,500, right? In your first year. Did I get that right?
Yeah, you're right.
In your second year, it's $3,500. And that's not even counting, I don't think that was including the spoilage of food. Like if you're buying food from the grocery stores and the spoilage and like the money that goes into that dumping ground, and you're only paying around $1,000, right? Around $1,000 for the Tower Garden. And once you pay it off in that year, it's yours for life. And you're going to continue to save that amount of money every year, right? So the savings is there. It does. And I say this about Juice Plus, like financially, it makes sense. and I always tell people too, if they're going to buy a tower garden, like I share the business with them because that's $200 that they're going to make back on their own tower. So like here, you need to have like, that's $200 rebate back. Like you're going to make $200 back on that one order. I just don't, I'm not a selfish person. Like I don't want to make that money and not have shared that with them, like given them that opportunity. So I always share business with them too, if they're going to get a tower. But what else? Okay. So they're going to teach us customer retention. Oh, one thing I wanted to show you guys. Oh, well, I'm going to share my screen. The picture, I took pictures of the slides. I have to show that. Share screen. Here. Okay, so that's your return on investment, right? So we're spending, $275 a week in groceries, 25% on produce, which is $68 a week. And if you think about it, when you get a tower, typically, like you're paying monthly for it, it's about $50 to $80 a month for your tower garden. And you're paying that much. You're paying $68, and that's conservative, you guys, a week for produce. And then the spoilage rate being 20%, right? So, and then the other slide was telling us about that return on investment, right? All right, I just shared that one. Where's the other one? Oh, I need to get rid. Oh, you probably saw the right thing. I was seeing something else. You were seeing the right thing. All right. So, and then they were talking about inflation, right? We're all experiencing this inflation and it's hurting us all, right? So inflation is 7.1%, and this is through December, I think, when they were running these numbers. But food inflation is even higher; it's 10.6%. And then there's an inverse relationship between the price and the quality of the produce, right? So we all know that everything is picked way too early. I actually just had some strawberries in my fridge. They were basically white, you guys. They were kind of gross. We actually tried to dehydrate them. They were disgusting. And I actually did really well until I had an issue with spider mites with strawberries in my house. And they were so good. They were actually red, fully red, both on the outside and inside. And they were the best strawberry I've ever had in my life. But we all know everything is picked too early just so it can make it to the stores. And we all know that the produce isn't getting any more nutritious. It's actually losing nutrition. And when they pick it too early, you're missing out on the last few weeks of it getting those nutrients. And that's just like a baby. I always talk about a vine ripened baby, right? The last few weeks of a baby being in your belly, or that fruit or veggie being on the vine, you're getting the bulk of the nutrition in those last few weeks. That's when you get the most value into that baby or into that fruit or veggie. So they're really missing out. They're really, like, nutrition is going backwards. As far as, I've heard, you always hear that too. Like, you need 8 oranges today for it to equal the same nutritional value of the orange that our grandparents or great grandparents ate, right? So like the nutrition just isn't there anymore. Here, let me find, I wanted to show you guys. They also talked to us about, there was a company nearby. I know we were in Atlanta at Peachtree Boot Camp, and there was a company nearby called Atlanta Urban Farms Seedlings. And oh my gosh, it gave me so many ideas for you, Amanda. Because I think there are companies near you that are into hydro or aeroponics. But I love this company because, and they have so many amazing resources here. So you can look through. They have.
So as an interesting fact is, well, to me is, so they're who I went and talked to before I put up my greenhouse. It was him that it was him and his wife. And so they had just recently, well, I say recently, they hadn't have taken it over all that long. When I went to talk to them, they had been doing it for a little while. And so he is the one that gave me lots of information and told me, what to, like, how to find my greenhouse and all of that. So anyway, I thought that was kind of cool that they were there.
That is really cool. Oh, I didn't know that. It's a
Yeah.
small world.
Yeah.
But yeah, I didn't know that they had like all of these resources to help people be
Hmm.
successful. And these are going to come through the hub too. I'll go to the hub in a second, but like they have all of these things. They have like I love that they put their Juice Plus on the site. Like, right, you can hear about all the news on the insights and what's going on with Tower Garden schools. Oh, that was the other thing I forgot to mention too. What was it? Was it through the Green Box machine? I don't remember if it is or not, but there's a new program coming out for
It's a
schools.
partnership.
Okay. And
Yeah,
it's
with the Green Bronx machine.
they pay, right? The schools will pay the money for the program,
Hmm.
but it's an amazing new program. Uh, what is it? The whole curriculum for them
Hmm.
to teach with the Tower Gardens. I think you can use it in any. I don't want to say grade. What's the word I'm looking for? Like math, science. Like you can really use it in any
So it
classroom.
covers all, like, multiple subjects.
There we go. Subjects was the word I was looking for.
Hmm. Yeah.
So yeah, they have a Tower Garden channel, managing pests. And then what I loved was all these printable resources too, because I want to just come in here and show you guys because I was looking through it. So there's a Tower Garden checklist for a flow chart. What I loved was they have, where is it? A plant list, like an entire list of things that you can grow in your tower garden. So everyone's always asking me, what can you grow? I'm like randomly listing all the things, watermelon, you just can't grow like trees or bushes, right? Because that would, or like a rooted veggie, right? I accidentally grew a radish in my tower garden and it almost, expanded or exploded my porthole. But okay, so they have a full plant list of tower gardens. So you can see like all the recommended plants to grow in your tower, your veggie use guide. So that I'm sure that like I don't know if it's a recipe cookbook, but we have a recipe cookbook too on our both in our boards and on Healthy Living Revolution. But how to use the veggies that you grow, which is really cool. Pest control solutions. I love this annual veggie cost and comparison. So you can see like, okay, how much is this stuff in the store? How much, like we did that one year with all of the tomatoes that we grew in the summer. I think we added it all up. We saved probably between six to $800 in tomatoes. We had so many gorgeous beefsteak, juicy, like red tomatoes. Um, and then creating Tower Garden success for like us distributors and how to like educate people and their customers and areas to guide sales. How cool is that? So I know there's a couple people that may be watching this recording that I know have reached out to me and asked me about this as far as like, how do they share Tower Garden? They need to learn a little bit more. And this would be a really great place to start, this and the hub. And we'll go to the hub in a second, but they have all these guides for the home, the flex. Anything you want to add on that, Amanda, while I pull up the hub?
No, I mean, just that I don't have it in my hand. I meant to grab it, but at boot camp they had this little yellow laminated sheet that was like essentially a cheat sheet for the tower, which is like the essentials.
Oh,
And they handed them, like, you could get them. And so it's it is I'll post a picture as
yeah,
soon as I
please
get
do.
home.
I hadn't
I'll
heard of
post
that.
a picture because it's just something that you can give. So I have some of them now, and plan on giving them to like people who buy tower gardens or people that like already customers that I have that have tower gardens.
Oh, I love that. That's such a cool gift. That's a great way to like engage your customers and
Yeah.
retention and relationship too. I love that too, because like so many times I have sold a tower and I'm the first one to admit, like I didn't know, like I always followed like what they tell us to do, even with the Juice Plus customer retention, but like I didn't know what to do with a Tower Garden customer. I didn't know how to keep them engaged and keep them excited about their tower and learning. It's all about a learning experience, right? But I love that the company's so forward thinking. They're always looking at these things and like helping us to be better, which I love. I actually just got to meet with corporate. They reached out to me because the theme this year is going to be qualifying. So they actually reached out to me to talk about what we do on our team and how we share, or encourage people or teach people what it means to be qualified and that kind of thing. I'll probably do a call on that because I learned so much from it, and it like simplified it for me. So like I was just like, oh my God, I get it now, Anyway, all right. So I think it's under resources.
Can I I will add this, that you were talking about like not really knowing how to keep the like Tower Garden customers engaged. And I just think about myself personally, and like what kind of things do I like? And so really what I have come to realize is the more you can get people in front of the tower, the better it is.
Mm.
Even if it's not a Tower Garden event. Like if you can host something by a tower, I don't care what it is. They see it and they ask questions.
Mm-hmm.
When I have events, like, I mean, I have a tower in my kitchen, right? And so any events that I'm hosting are, depending on the weather, they are in my kitchen. And so obviously they're seeing it and they ask me questions. It's not even a Tower Garden event, it has nothing to do with a Tower Garden. But I mean, for me, it's a little bit different because I have a whole bunch. So it's a big conversation at my house.
Mm-hmm.
But the more you can get them, involved. And so I do a lot of stuff in my greenhouse. Like I also do events in my greenhouse because it's just it's a great event space. And so like I'm getting ready to next month host a tea party in there.
Oh my God, how cute.
And so,
I love that.
just anything anytime I can get people in front of the towers because I love them so much.
Okay. While you were just talking, by the way, I didn't even know that we had this, and I was looking on boards because they did
Mhm.
just change things on boards. They changed things around. I know they went over it at boot camp. Amy Getz did, but did you know this, Amanda? I just clicked on this under the Campbell team boards. There's a Tower Garden customer care little checklist here.
I don't know if I knew that.
I didn't know about this because I actually
Yeah.
use Project Broadcast, and I have like drip campaigns where if someone orders Juice Plus, I message them. It's a drip campaign. I add them to the thing, and it sends them a message. Hey, so and so, thanks so much for your order again. I
Oh,
say this is my work line in case you didn't already have it, and then it just sends them these. It's like my easy way to do customer care with Juice Plus. So like I just do that drip campaign.
okay.
Yeah. But I never had a Tower Garden one. Like I just got a Tower Garden order so I can use this.
Nice.
A thank you. So they have different pictures and verbiage that you can use in there. For the first message, day 1, and then day 5, seeds and tips, verbiage and picture to follow. Day 7, your Tower Garden arrived. So like they help them start the seeds first, I guess. And then,
Mm-hmm.
or at least prepare to start them. And then their Tower Gardens arrives. Congratulations. Day 10, happy growing. Hope you're doing well and amazed with your tower, blah, blah, blah. 30-day checking in, verbiage. What does it say? Just checking to see how your tower is doing and how things are growing. Have you harvested anything yet? Don't forget to send pictures of your tower along the way. I can't wait to see what all is happening. That I didn't know that we even have this. This is huge. And then there's a whole oh my gosh. So there's an entire huge section of Tower Garden boards there. I don't know if you can see that or not, but
I think that's all fairly new.
this has to be new. There's FAQs, there's Tower Garden pages. This is all new. I've never seen any of this. There's images, videos, verbiage to send videos, like sharing, Tower Garden, like what to say and how to share. Tower Garden Facebook group, the event resources. Oh yeah, so like if you want to have a Tower Garden party, healthy living party, there's a little flyer that you can utilize, and you can just type in your info there on the flyer. Oh, how to do the event, like Tasty Topper, Sips and Succulents. The name of the oh my gosh, this is so cute. Tasty Topper, Sips and Succulents, a night at the plant bar.
Oh, see, I have not seen all that.
Spring, a planting party, herbs and hoarder. Okay, I'm excited about towers now. Wow, I didn't know that we had all of this. It's so funny. I meant to be more prepared for this, but it's fun to do this with you guys. Okay, so they have Tower Garden recipes, order forms, cut the Tower Garden customer care. There's the research is there. Tower Garden in schools, the Green Bronx machine. So all the info that you need for the Green Bronx machine is here too, which is cool. Teacher response. Okay, I won't go into all that. Let's see. There's a W9 for the schools resources. Tower Farms, this would be helpful for Amanda. Towerfarms.com, example of a tower farm. Oh, so like this is a website of an example of a tower farm, LA Urban Farm. So like I guess the same as the Atlanta Urban Farms.
Mhm.
So they just have this one here so you can kind of look and see what they're all about and what they're doing. Information on the Boys and Girls Club, since we do give them to every Boys and Girls Club in North America, and then information on grant options, because I know we heard at boot camp, I actually did Brave Leaders with her, Dr. Macaulay. She's a chiropractor. She's the founder of this foundation, but she has made it to where they'll write a grant. They will actually help anyone write a grant for school or organization to help that organization or school get a tower or a tower farm. Isn't that cool? We heard that at boot
Oh,
camp.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, because
Did I know
before we I don't know how to write a grant, right? We would just tell the
Yes, okay. I do remember something about that now.
yeah, we would just tell the school, like, it's up to you to write
Yeah,
a grant, right? And now
yeah.
there's this great option where
Hmm.
we have a department that'll help them write it. And it makes it so much easier for schools. Like it just makes it's a no-brainer, right? There's curriculum, there's everything you need to just plug and play. And real quick, I just wanted to show you guys, this is the hub, and I'm sure you saw me going to it, but you guys know how to get to the hub. It's on your back office under the little flashlight light bulb. But there's all this information here. So like, there's these different courses. I picked this one, the Tower Garden Business Basics. So how can I grow my business with Tower Garden? What resources can I use to share Tower Garden? How can I grow my business? How do I place an order? Check-in number 1, can I sell Tower Gardens to schools? So like I think this is a great place for new people to start too. And then all of that we just found on boards. Oh my God. Right. So anyway, you go ahead, Amanda. What were you going to say?
No, I just think that that's great. So it gives people like 2 places to go and look around. Just go in with an open mind and see what you can learn. Tower Gardens is a great way. It's how I came to Juice Plus in the first place. And so Tower Gardens is just, yeah, I just love towers. Obviously, I have a whole bunch of them. So I think that it's a great way to get kids involved, and it's just like you don't even have to be. It can be somebody who is not really, maybe who's just starting out on their health journey, right? And so that's what I love about it, is that you can be at any level. It can be, if people can want it for different reasons. It could be somebody who is just wants to garden, but maybe does not have a green thumb. Me.
That was me.
And so like there's just so many avenues of why it attracts so many people, right? And so people, it doesn't have to just grow vegetables. I mean, I love that fact about it, but I have had people talk to me that love flowers. In fact, I have a gardener here in locally that she has a flower farm, and she is really interested on like how more vibrant, like I can't even think of how the actual word should go, but because she saw my marigolds and they were just so big and beautiful, and she's like, what else can look like that?
Mm-hmm.
And so it's the fact that it makes people's mind think like, what if? Like, I don't know, and I don't have all the answers, because, and I'm honest when I say, like, I have not been successful at everything I've tried, but I have tried a whole bunch of stuff. I have to like rein myself in at this point and say, okay, I got to stick to a plan.
Yeah.
right? Because I just want to try everything. Does it work? Does it not work? And so people ask, and I'm like, well, I haven't done it consistently yet because I keep trying new things. So
I love that.
my
That's a
goal
good
for
tip for
now,
all of us, like following just do the basics, right? And I love that our business is just that, I'm reading the book, by the way. I'm so excited to do our book call. Was it Passion to Leadership, from Passion to Leadership. And I forget whose story it was. I want to say Jeff or Birdie maybe. But it was just like, it's a mundane thing, right? It's like the mundane, doing these mundane things over and over again. Like all we do is just share Juice Plus or share Tower Garden. And it's typically in the same form or fashion, just probably different verbiage, but we're just doing those mundane things over and over and over again. But if you do them consistently, what did he say? If you do them consistently and keep doing them, it will yield massive rewards, I think is what he said. Anyway.
it's just like health habits,
Yeah.
right? So, or habits in general. Like they're just things that you're doing, they become automatic. You don't really think about them anymore. And so the more you do them, they become automatic. And you think that, well, drinking water, and like you think about, I say health things, but think about all the things that you know in your head, or you think I should be doing these things. And but if you focus on just like on them individually, like, okay, drinking water or making sure I'm getting sleep, and I mean just any of these things, each of those things by themselves are good, but together with all the other things, they give you big rewards. So
Yeah.
that's what gives you health. It's the same thing.
Yeah, I love that. Oh, this is a good call. I kind of feel like we're on a podcast together. This is fun. All right, I think we're
Yeah.
out of time, but yeah, there's so many new resources, you guys. There's so many new updates, and we're just both excited about it. I know Amanda is. We were just talking about like potentially getting a doctor to come speak in our area, both my area in New Jersey and Amanda's in Georgia. So we're like gonna work that out. But
I'm even thinking now about like a Tower Garden person.
yeah,
Like that maybe is like that is where my passion is for sure, obviously. And so yeah, my mind is just thinking more and more and more. And so boot camp did a lot for me. I mean, just reading the book that we're reading now, like this year is lining up in different ways for me than ever before. And so it's making me think differently. I would say too that if anybody has any Tower Garden questions, I am not an expert. I am not an expert by any means, and I never want to put that out there that I am. However, I'm willing to share what knowledge I do have and what I have and have not done that works and doesn't work. And believe me, I've done a lot of things that don't work. So if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me about what I've done, what's worked, what's not worked, anything at all. Like I mean, I'll talk to anybody about anything, but towers specifically.
love that. I love
So,
that. You're so
yeah.
sweet. Thank you for getting on with me today. This was fun.
You're welcome. Yeah, you're
All right,
welcome.
girlie, go into the bank. I'll see you later.
Yeah. All right, bye.
All right, bye, guys.